Howdy y'all.
Hi guys.
It's Ryan.
And Angela.
From RNA Music.
That's right.
Favorite mom and pop music lesson studio.
You're my favorite pop.
Well, I hope so. And guitar shop. Deep in the heart of Texas. That's where we're at. It's episode 368 of ASK RNA.
Wow.
Where Angela's going to answer all your questions.
No.
And I'm going to sit here and look pretty. So let's get to it.
Okay.
Welcome back, y'all. If you're new here, you might be new here because we got a bunch of new subscribers from our last video where I was reacting to the Pantera reunion.
That's amazing.
First concert in Mexico. So got quite a few new subscribers. So if you're new from there, thanks for showing up. We have a little guitar shop and music lesson studio in a very small town in East Texas where we teach lessons all day to people. Yeah. And one of the videos we do pretty much every week, nonstop, is answer questions from people all over the world. All over the world, like Japan and England, sometimes the Netherlands,
And Alaska,
and Australia. Anyways, we answer questions, and this is just one of our fun videos that we do. So we're gonna do that right now. If you want some swaggity swag, there's a link down in the description of this video. You can go to our Teespring store and get you a t-shirt if you want.
Yeah.
Support small business. Get you a t-shirt or a cuppy cup or some socks with our logo on it.
See some with our faces.
I know, that would be great. Be great. We should do that. We'll
For
make it
sure.
happen. All right, and now it's time to answer some questions. All right,
Okay.
here we go. First question. Just Fun Guitar, hashtag Castlevania, hashtag KTMA. New questions. Do you always wear your wedding ring? I don't.
I know, I saw that.
Number two, do Texans eat Indian curry much? It's like a national dish over here in the UK. See, all the way from Englandshire.
First question. Out
Angela, do you always wear your wedding ring? Chris doesn't.
oh, Yes. I know a lot of people that don't. It's a very southern thing to keep it on. So I don't know if it's a
Cultural.
right.
I mean, I promised to love you forever and made a covenant with you, but I can't wear this ring. It's too much.
I mean, I think
I
some
wear
people,
this ring
some
all the
people
time,
just
but-
know that they are who they are, because I don't think rings were a thing until like the 1700s or something like that. So it wasn't. I mean, even like wedding dresses,
Well,
like we know of,
it used to be
were-
nose rings.
Yeah, and like
Or
right here in the-
earrings.
in
Nose
the
rings
nose.
were like a
Right.
sign of a covenant or commitment.
Right.
Or something. So it's
Yes,
been around for
exactly.
thousands of years.
Yes, but not the
Not-
actual left hand, ring finger. We actually designated it as a ring
It's
finger.
not on your ring finger.
Yeah.
We're playing guitar. Use your ring finger to play that note.
Yes, I do. I always do. Unless I'm like cooking certain foods and I don't want it to go in and I'm using my hands, like with hamburger meat, stuff like that. I take it off when I do certain gels in my hair, because again, it gets caught in there and it just makes it, I don't want it to get messed up.
Get
so.
jelly.
But yeah, when it comes to stepping out of the house, yes.
When you're around other people who are like, hey girl, you ain't got no ring on your finger.
And what's crazy is that I've been approached by people, and even when I say I'm married, and they're like,
So?
I don't care, like they don't care.
You would care if my husband was here.
Yes, or my children.
Yeah.
So yeah, the answer, quick answer, yes, I do.
Me too.
I know you do.
All the time.
I know.
Like there's a groove. I have a
Yeah,
groove
I
on my
do too.
finger.
I do too.
From where rings a little looser nowadays though.
I have a group.
I have a permanent groove. I also wear rings on my other hand. Like I'll wear a ring. I've got a ring on my ring finger on
Yeah,
my
I
right hand, which is not, it
Every
doesn't
once in a while.
signify anything. Sometimes I'll have a ring I'll wear, on my
Yeah.
swearing finger on this hand. So like I'm not real big on rings all the time, but
Yeah.
I kind of.
I like the look of when people wear, girls who are real comfortable wearing rings like all over their fingers and stuff. I like the look of it, but
You don't like the comfort of it.
textually and just the clanking of it, I can't have it on my person like that at all. Like I just got like.
Oh yeah, you
I
got goosebumpies
chill
from the
bumps,
clankies.
like, even on like on my neck and everything.
Like this?
Yes. But like in between your fingers.
Wait.
I can't.
I know a lot of mechanics who don't, because you're sticking your fingers down in machine parts.
Yes.
You probably don't want to get that caught.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's where the little...
A lot of sports guys don't.
Yeah, because you're lifting weights and stuff. Or they'll use the silicone rings.
Right.
And I've got some of those. Like if I'm doing something where I'm going to be lifting weights, or I'll be working on the truck engine or something like that.
Right.
A lot of times I'll put on
we're
my...
going for long walks, and we know that
your hands will get
swollen, you know, from water weight. So...
I do. Do Texans eat Indian curry much?
No, I wouldn't say much. There are quite a few Texans who love Indian curry. Mostly you'd have to go in bigger cities.
Yeah, like
the
in
first
Dallas.
time I was ever introduced to chicken curry was in Nacogdoches when he was going to SFA. One of our lab techs brought it. It smelled up the whole entire lab, which is this beautiful, oh my gosh, I wanted it so bad. And she was like, next time I'll bring some for everybody. So she brought some for like the whole entire lab, and we had naan and chicken curry, and it was just, and rice, and it was just beautiful. It was wonderful. I haven't had it since because there's just nowhere, there's no restaurants in smaller parts of Texas that you can't find. You'd have to find it, and to find a good one is hard. I've been looking, and my niece said that there's one near her, so I was like, I'm gonna have to go spend a weekend with her.
You're gonna have to go to Austin.
I have to drive 3 hours to go eat that. So
I think the difference is, see, England has some history with India.
Right. They're part of the
for
empire.
hundreds of years, and colonizers, and I'm not gonna say invaders, but you know, there was some stuff with India and England.
If you ever watched Jungle Book,
have you seen Jungle Book? But what we do have a lot of here is Mexican food.
Yes.
Like, I mean, in Canton, Texas alone, which is a small town, there's like 400 Mexican restaurants.
I mean, we have 3 taco shacks, street tacos.
Street tacos, like a little small thing.
And we have,
you drive up and get your tacos.
5 Mexican food restaurants.
Like you go sit down and eat Mexican food. So
yeah, like actual restaurants where they serve chips and salsa. And it's Tex-Mex.
It's really Tex-Mex.
It's not Mexican food.
Pure
it's not
Mexican food.
Yeah. It's Tex-Mex. So with the chili con queso and this type of beans that they serve, type of rice they serve.
Kind of how like Texas and Mexico have some history of shared
land
and conflict. And a lot of people who lived in Texas before it was Texas.
Yeah, we just had this conversation.
So, yeah. But no, I've never had it.
I know you would not like it.
And I'm a true Texan, so, legitimately.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't, because that kind of flavor and taste is way out of your wheelhouse.
It's way out of my palate. My palate range.
Right in the middle of mine. Like, I love it, and I would love for there to be an Indian food place here in town. Love it.
Would it stay in business?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
yes, if it was good. If it was good. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for the question, Just Fun Guitar. Next question, concise. Matt Hachas. Good show, guys. Hashtag Castlevania and nice song. Hey, Ryan, do you give music lessons online via video platforms? Thanks for the video. Great question, Matt. Well, I do have some. If you go back far enough in the YouTube channel, there are some lessons on the YouTube channel. I mean, now we're talking like 10 years ago, so the quality is not amazing from back then. And I am kind of working on some curriculum stuff. Like I've gotten quite a few programs or bought lessons from friends like Robert Baker, David Walleman, Michael Palmisano. Like, a lot of people have like online, you go to Teachable and you can buy a course on how to play like Billy Gibbons or unlocking the fretboard roadmap of the pentatonic domination, whatever it is, right? So I am kind of working on, doing some stuff where I'll have like courses and like lessons that I'll put out on those kind of things. So that is a big goal Biggest goal, next evolution of RNA music, will be doing more and more of that kind of stuff. And I've gotten quite a few courses from friends and bought some stuff just to see kind of how they do their courses, what's their outline, what's their approach to it, and how do they present it, and what comes with it. Really, not a whole lot of, I've bought enough now. Like I got one not real long ago about songwriting, and I was like, that's pretty good. It's quite long. But there's a lot of stuff that's like, I haven't necessarily learned a lot of things that I didn't kind of already know. But in a way, it's, for me, more like, okay, how did they present that? Did that make sense? And so that is on my list of things to do to create some courses. But right now, I don't have anything other than just some YouTube videos, which are free. So go check those out. And let me know in the comment section down below, what kind of things would you like to learn? There's a lot of guys out there and girls. A friend of mine, Lauren, is doing crazy good with like real beginner, like super beginner. This is a G chord and this is how you strum. Like, and she's killing it with that. But let me know what you guys and girls would like to learn, and I'll think about that for the courses that we're gonna put out. So thank you, Matt, appreciate it, man. Next question, all the way from Japan, Fat Philosopher, #Castlevania. He must like Castlevania because he got the hashtag right this time. He didn't mutate it. Speaking of Johns, which action hero John is the most badass? John Wick, John McClain, John Matrix, or John Rambo? Personally, I love the humor of Arnie's John Matrix in Commando. All right, that's a really good question, Fat Philosopher. I like this question.
I like it too.
Thank you. Angela, of all those Johns, who's the most badass? It's a tough question.
It really is. I don't think John McClain should really be on the list necessarily.
He is an action hero.
He has.
He's like an everyday dude, though.
I was just watching the second one just like the other day.
Die Hard 2.
Yes. When he's trying to take down the plane and the guy. Yeah. So so I was just watching it and I was like, it's more smartassery that than badassery. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like constant, like he was just had all these like jabs at the police officers, at the bad guys, saying the things over the radio, commenting on the Twinkie. Like, it was more of that, and this just happened to roll into action.
And some shooting.
Yes. Well, yeah, and there was a whole like conveyor belt in the luggage compartment thing when that part. But it really wasn't just like him, just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like coming at you.
So not him.
Not
John McClain.
Yeah, no, because if you had John McClain against John Wick or John Rambo.
Bye, John.
Bye, John. Bye. Yippee-ki, bye. Like, you're gone. You're done.
So who is it?
That's hard because John Wick and John Rambo, it's a tie for me.
Is it?
Because John Wick keeps going. Even if he's shot like 1,000 times and he has his bulletproof professional suit. But John Rambo's like brutal. I don't know John Matrix.
You didn't ever watch Commando?
No, babe. That was
way back.
That was way back, and my parents would have killed me. I know what it is, but I never watched it. So I don't have enough of that in my head.
I've seen it several times.
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
So so in my wheelhouse of thinking, those three, John Wick, John McClain, John Rambo, I know them because my dad loved watching Rambo. Loved it.
Big Rambo fan. Your
dad. Huge.
Huge.
Yes, and it would come on HBO.
This is the greatest episode of all time.
Would be late at his job at 3 a.m. and he would come home and he would eat leftovers. And if Rambo was on, my dad was sitting down late at night, like decompressing and watching Rambo. So I remember seeing like brutal.
All right, so it's a tie.
Yeah, for me.
Okay.
What's for you?
John Wick easily.
John Wick.
John Wick easily kills all of them.
Yes.
Maybe not easily.
He was the one you sent to kill the boogeyman.
I don't know about
But
John
does.
killing John Rambo very
Yeah.
easily because John Rambo would be like hiding. Like he would have painted himself like to the side of the building.
I once saw him kill 3 men in a bar with a pencil.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
John will come for you. You will do nothing because you can do nothing.
I think it's kind of an unfair question because they're all heroes. So you never want to see heroes kind of
Like,
going at
kill
it.
each other.
I mean, like Batman versus Superman. What'd you say? Why'd you say that name? You know, but who is gonna? There has to be a clear winner here,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's John Wick.
Yeah.
Like Rambo's great, and I watched the
That's-
Rambo movies,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
liked the last one
See,
where he's
I mean,
like old Rambo.
that was ultimately my choice, but I was just like,
But I think John Wick.
yeah, I think because John Wick can turn off his humanity, he turns it off
Yeah.
and just blindly starts killing people. Where Rambo, his
he's-
sympathy and empathy,
Yeah.
he kind of, you know.
John Wick is a killer.
Yes.
Just like relentlessly.
I can't wait.
And I
can't wait for John Wick 4. We're
I
totally
love
going to
Keanu
see that
Reeves.
in the
I
theater.
love Keanu Reeves in that. He's
The
so
best
good.
role. If you're going to retire out of movies, that's the way you do it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, if you're going to spend your golden years playing characters, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. I like him.
Yep.
I like watching the first one. We'll go back and watch it. I watched the first one probably more than
We
the
have
other
a
ones.
marathon. I liked 1 and 3. 2, I could, it was okay.
It's okay.
But 1 and 3 was awesome.
Yeah, one's just like,
Yeah, when he has to chop off his
no, that's not one.
3.
That's 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that they had to chop off the finger.
Oh. But I mean,
anyways.
you know.
Who
They
do
give us
y'all
reasons.
who do y'all think is the most epic of the John action stars?
Hmm.
Tell us down below. All right. Comment of the day. Time song.
Comment of the day, yeah. You make a comment, read the comment of the day.
Speaking of Johns, Big John has the comment of the day. Comment of the day is a time where
That's a
we
good segue.
of the video where we're gonna write a song impromptu on the spot, unrehearsed, from a comment from last week's video. I'm gonna play guitar. Angela's gonna sing.
A slightly altered version of all the other songs that we do. That's
Right.
basically what it is.
Although Leo Go Live was like, I nominate Ryan to sing this one. Who's with me? I'm like, no one's with you, Leo.
I'm with you, Leo.
Angela's with you.
I'm with you, Leo.
But not today.
Mm-hmm.
Not today, Leo.
Okay.
Today, Angela's gonna sing Comment of the Day, brought to us by Big John from Texas, formerly Florida. So Big John's even more badass now because he's in Texas. All right, here we go.
Big John. Hashtag Castlevania. I don't know how to get to this next one. Here we go. I think Angela needs more out of time. I agree. I need more out of time. Thank you, Big John. Woo!
Big John, hashtag Castlevania. I think Angela needs more island time.
Yeah.
I picked that one because I knew that she would like that.
I do. I really do.
But this time you want to go with me.
Yes. And we need to stay on the beach like the whole time instead of at a pool,
Turn into lobsters.
Danielle.
Beach time.
More beach time.
Beach time. All right. Thank you for the comment of the day, song, lyrics, Big John. Next question. Mr. Wilson with a P-base, hashtag Castlevania. Ryan, you should keep moving your chair over so only Angela is in the shot. Smiley face. Just kidding, bro. I married up to... Question. Lately, I've been stuck on my Fender Jazz Bass. Should I change the name of my channel? What do you think, Angela? Should Mr. Wilson with a P bass change the name of his channel to Mr. Wilson with a jazz bass?
Ooh. No, I like Mr. Wilson with the P bass. It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it's catchy.
It's very catchy.
You have a problem when you change your name
Get over-
sometimes?
get over here. I can't not have you next to me.
Yeah. When you change your name,
Thing
sometimes.
is like whenever you twisting, I think you're scooching as you
My
twist. And then I go,
Oh, I
go a
scooch
little,
this way.
I go a little closer, and then you twist, and then I scoot a little closer.
You
Before
keep
you know
pushing me out of the shot.
No, I just want to get close to you, sir.
Okay.
Here we go. Here, I'll put my arm around you. Then we
I
go
mean, if you
together.
want to change it, yeah. If you have a business or a defined.
Give me a new chair, dude. Oh my gosh, you're gonna break it. Stop it.
Stinking chair. I love this chair. It's really comfortable. It just squeaks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's tricky to change your name. Like I was watching the thing today with Derek from More Plates, More Dates. It was on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Nice.
Who's like a pretty big deal.
I mean, you made it when
if
you get to Joe.
For his second interview with Joe. Second podcast with Joe Rogan. Right.
Awesome.
And he was talking about the name of his channel, which is a fitness thing. More Plates, More Dates.
Mm.
Like you're stacking more plates, you'll probably get more dates.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to get girls, lift a bunch of weights because that's exactly what ladies care about. Right? But he said, like he named that channel when he was like much younger.
Of course he did.
And it, the channel has evolved over time and it's not really about that so much anymore. I mean, it is about a fitness.
Like how old is YouTube now? Like
it's 2006, I think when it came out. Or 2005?
15, 16 years. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, and Joe was like, no, you should keep it. I mean, because now it's like, he's already like
That's who you are.
millions of followers. It's an
Right.
established thing. And he was like, I think it's even funnier because it's like a kind of a goofy thing, more plates, more dates. But, he's like, well, I'm interviewing, I'm podcasting with these people who are like, doctors and like this super like, whatever. And he's like, it sounds like corny. And Joe's like, nah, it's great. I like it. It's like, so you get known for
This
that.
comes from the guy who hosted a show where people ate bugs and swam for poop.
Fear factor.
I mean, he's fine. He's like, yeah, man.
Now, it is good that you have Mr. Wilson in there because, like the Joe Rogan Experience. It's his name. You can't ever go wrong with your name.
It's like Louder with Crowder.
Yeah, for sure. But at a certain point, I think depends on your goals. Like if it's just for funsies as a YouTube name, you can change it if you want to.
Right.
Us, like we would not change the name of RNA Music to something else.
Yes. Even though a certain somebody wanted us to change
you
it
don't know.
to.
That's actually a bad idea. Because if you ever see what's really smart, we're talking about this like Ike Flipside Music, Denver, Colorado. Shout out to Ike Flipside Music. Should someday in the future, 15 years down the road, Ike wants to sell Flipside Music to someone else and someone else buy it and take it over, it's like not a big deal because it's Flipside Music. But if it was, Anthony's House of Guitars, and then he sells it later on, we're like, well, where's Anthony? He's like, well, that was the last owner. There's no Anthony's here.
Yeah.
Well, the name of the store is Anthony's House of Guitars.
Yeah, and here's the picture of Anthony on the wall, dedicated to him.
So, so even with like RNA Music, I mean, it is our names, Ryan and Angela, or Ryan, Nicholas, and Aiden. But there's also like RNA, DNA, and there's a lot of things it could be. I don't think that we'll ever sell it. It won't ever be something that we sold RNA Music. It'll be one day when we retire, it'll probably just cease to be.
Yeah.
Probably. It's not my plan to grow the business and then sell it out to an investor at some point in time. Necessarily, the store. And maybe someday, with the online, if it ever gets that big. Maybe someday. But yeah, I don't know. I would do it Mr. Wilson with a jazz bass. Because then you're like, oh, it's the same guy. He just got a new bass today. That'd be fine. Give it a shot. All right. Thank you for the question. Mr. Wilson with a jazz bass.
Yeah.
Final question.
Oh my gosh.
So excited. So excited. Final question. Walking Dead 1369. Hashtag Castlevania. Hashtag brain fart. Hashtag my tired ass is going on.
Okay.
LOL. Made me swear. Dang it. Him and Fat Foster.
Yeah, I know.
Making us say
saying
bad
all
words.
kinds of things. So.
I said, LOL, it's getting close, really close. And I can't think of any music related. So what family traditions do you guys have for Christmas? I know a lot are pretty standard, but some have weird quirk here and there. That's a good question. We were talking about this today because we're going to try to have my mom and my sister over for Christmas Eve. Because, everybody lives kind of not real far apart, but not real close either.
Yeah.
And we want to try to...
Just far enough to make it annoying.
Slightly inconvenient to drive 2 hours, So we were talking about trying to get together and do something. And my sister wants to have,
Just to get together
Yeah.
on Christmas Eve, because we're all getting older, and it's
Right.
we want to make those memories while we have each other here.
And we're talking about what to eat because a lot of people do like a big Christmas dinner. Like, at least here, like, turkey, ham, dressing, stuffing, all the, pumpkin pies, all that sort of stuff. Kind of like what we do for Thanksgiving, but it's like a baby Thanksgiving during Christmas.
Yeah.
And some families really do that. We don't really do that, but what have we done?
My grandma, we grew up that way. We would have a Thanksgiving dinner and we would have a Christmas dinner. We did that. Christmas Eve, we just ate snack foods, and then we all went to sleep. We all went to grandma's house, or we got there Christmas morning and then we had Christmas dinner at grandma's house. As we got older and we started growing up a little, we didn't go to grandma's house so much because we all were getting older. We stopped doing that, and my mom started doing like sandwich trays and veggie trays, or she would do like a stew or something like that on Christmas Day, because it would just like throw everything into a pot, put everything out on the table, just eat the cookies and pies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then when we got married, it was always we went to other people's houses when the boys were little, and then we moved away, and so we started to do our own tradition. And for Christmas Eve, we started doing like fettuccine Alfredo. So for the past, I don't know, 10, 12 more years, we've always had fettuccine Alfredo for Christmas Eve. And then we had like a light dinner for Christmas Day, because we were always had like,
who wants to get up and cook
for
4 hours on Christmas Day?
I mean, especially for moms. We were up all night long wrapping presents Christmas Eve, and then just to be able to sit there with our coffee kind of dazed in. That's why we look like hot trash whenever in Christmas pictures across America.
Yeah.
And then like afterwards, it's just like, okay, now I have to baste the turkey and get the yeast roll. Like, that's BS. Like, no, thank you. So we just kind of done the same thing where we had like a very light, I might make a dinner, but not
mostly snacky snacks.
Mostly
fun,
snacks.
But nothing intense. Our first couple of married Christmases were just super stressful.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to, we had her family, and her family went to her grandma's house.
Right.
So it wasn't just going to see Angela's family and her parents, because then we had to go with them
to
grandma's in Dallas, and then we had to go drive to see my mom and do stuff with my mom, and then we had to go do stuff with my dad and my stepmom. Then it was like, this is insane. This is like literally, I do not like this, because I grew up, out in the country on the farm, and go to bed. I'd get up early, about 4 o'clock in the morning, go in there and see what G.I. Joe Santa Claus brought me. Oh my God, I gotta see, guys.
Gotta see what your Santa Christmas present.
And then I would go back to bed.
Yeah.
And then we'd get up, and then 8 o'clock or whatever, we had sisters, we'd all get up and open our presents, do the stuff, and have breakfast, and then maybe that afternoon, I think maybe my grandma would come over to our house.
Right.
And we would have some food, but it was never super crazy. So I was used to just waking up on Christmas morning and chilling at the house all day and just playing with my toys and relaxing and having a good time.
Yeah.
So the idea of traveling all over the universe on Christmas Day to see everybody was this is not relaxing.
No.
Or joyful.
Right.
I'm not experiencing joy this Christmas.
Yeah.
So over the years, we've gotten more we're just going to relax.
Yeah.
Now, your parents live down the street from us. They're 8 houses down the street from us. So oh, you want to go? Wow, we can walk down. We can walk literally down the street to Nana Papa's and chill out for a little bit. Then I can go back to the house and play God of War. So it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
God of War Ragnarok.
Well, and not only that, but our children are older. Two of our 3 kids now, because we are watching my nephew. So 2 of the 3 children have jobs. And so they have their own money. And it's the meaning of that purchasing stress is completely out the window. So I brought it up to them today. I said, so, hey, for Christmas Day, we're thinking of, go do our morning breakfast with Papa and Nana, do their little thing, and then go to the movies, go to Film Alley, because they have a bowling alley arcade, and then walk the strip and just go spend your money and shop on deals or whatever. Yeah. And both Nicholas and Sean were like, sounds great.
Sounds like a party.
Because then we have Ryan's birthday. So Ryan's birthday is a week from today. So, which is the 16th. I don't know when y'all will say. So
today is Friday the 9th.
And so his birthday is the 16th. So
next Friday is my birthday.
Yes. And so we
send presents to
I was like, let's just focus on Dad's birthday than being ridiculous and stressing out about finding, like Nicholas trying to find gifts for all of us, Aiden trying to find gifts, Sean, me, Ryan, because we each are responsible for buying one gift for each of the people outside of ourselves. And I was like, instead of doing that, let's just save that a lot of money, which that would be, and just go and have a family time. So that's what we're doing this year.
Have a fun, relaxing day. That'll be new for us. I think Paul goes to the movies every Christmas.
Yes,
Bitter Base Man.
because it's been like, I think one year. One year was, of course, all the Star Wars were coming out for years, and then there was the Lord of the Rings were coming out for years during Christmas, and then they had Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
So they had the Ghostbusters special 1 year for Christmas. So I don't know what's playing this year for Christmas, but even if we just go bowling into the arcade and then go shopping, I think that'll be fun.
Yeah. What do you guys and girls do for Christmas? What's a tradition that you've had for a long time for your Christmas Eve, Christmas Day? Tell us down below. And that's the video. If you have questions for next week, please type a question down below in the comments section of this video. And we may answer that next week. And if you watch this entire thing from beginning to end, because YouTube likes view time. The longer you watch the video, the more YouTube's like, hey, that was all right. Let's show more people. Helps us out. You're a super legend. And we have a little game we played called Comment of the Day, or Hashtag of the Day, or
both,
whatever it is. It's that if you watch this entire video with your comment or question or about itself, down below, type out hashtag John Wick.
Sure.
Christmas Day. We're going to John Wick marathon. Hashtag John Wick, and we'll know, and everybody else who's super cool will know that you watched this whole video.
Yeah.
And there you go. And that's it. And we'll see y'all next time in the next video, whatever it is. And yeah. Until then, keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
The music needs you.
And you need the music.
And we need to keep it alive for the next generation.
That's right.
So excited. I think we remembered this time.
We did!
Amazing. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yep. That was good.